What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If you wanna learn trading, why don't you come and learn from Siri? Guys, I gotta get better with that note right there, man. But anyways, what's going on, man? What's going on, my people? I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be on Thursday, Friday, and of course today we're on. But I posted a video. Don't give up. If you guys haven't seen that video, man, go give it a check out. You feel me? Check it out. As always, hit that subscribe button and comment below, and also just share your ideas on what you think I should do. Cause like I'm still trying to revamp this channel. Like as I'm uploading, I'm still trying to figure out if what I'm doing is right for this channel and if it's gonna promote growth for us and the community. And of course, guys, like I'm not gonna lie, like I would love to do this full time one day and just be more active with you guys. Of course, do the full time experience. But as of right now, we're gonna do what we got, and what we got is what we got. You feel me? So if I go to let's just look at a little review over last week's news. Yeah, Thursday, Friday. Um, so Thursday was unemployment claims, and Friday was of course NFP and ISM PMI services. And PMI, like I said, anything, anything, anything PMI, anything core, anything PMI, PCE, bro, just stay away, bro. I'm put it very strange. If it's a red folder and it says PMI, if it's a red folder and you see core, PCI, PMI, PPI, like man, just stay away, man. I'm telling, just stay away. It's that simple. So looking at it for what it is, I'm not really gonna go into depth on the news for last week, but we did have NFP on Friday. That's one of the most, and unemployment claims on Thursday, 8:30. So 8:30 is the special time for last week, and then the PMI at 10 o'clock on Friday. And then here we have, this is our week right now, so I want to be also more geared towards this week and what we're going to enter into and what we're looking to um, do this week. I think that's the most important part because although, yes, it'll be a great learning experience and maybe we can talk some of the things that happened last week, I'm also trying to be focused on this week and part of being a organized trader is for me to focus on what's ahead of me and not what's behind me. So I got to focus on what's ahead of me and what's to come. So Monday, no news. Tuesday, we have a 10 o'clock news. So for this week, I'll be pretty honest with you guys. Like the news, um, the volatility this week is very light. It's not as impactful as last week, and which means during these periods where there's not too much, I would say, volatility or AKA manipulation, because that's all volatility is for me. Um, just an injection of liquidity and manipulation. That's how I perceive news. So when there's a light week, these weeks to me are golden. So this week we could possibly see some nice moves, and if not some nice moves, at least some great opportunities. So we're gonna just base it off that. Um, let's go out to the chart. We got the daily chart, and I already have the levels that are important. One of the biggest things that I want to say is that, man, I was bearish. I was expecting, this is what I was expecting last week, and this is where I went wrong. So last week, I wanted to see a Indian run pattern here in this fair value gap. I wanted to see Tuesday's high being taken. So we had that one high taken, that second high taken um, here with Wednesday, but then Wednesday just kept running higher. And then um, from there, it just got a little bloody. So I was trying to find a good short area to short. And one of the areas that I was trying to short at was it was here. So once I seen this here, I wasn't trying to force it. So on Thursday, I think I tried to trade, and it was up here by this little imbalance here, volume imbalance with this order block. And then it was a small position, so I didn't really make the most out of it. And then Friday, I tried to sell this high right here, order block in here, and then I had the 50% of this order block outlined and all those good things. So we last week was a red week. Um, it was a red week, not by much, because Monday we did have a good day. Monday we traded and we caught that short right there from the top, but then on Thursday and Friday, it was just red. So that is normal. That is very normal. We when we were inside of this price leg, obviously, price was doing its thing and we were killing it. Um, but there's gonna be times where, more likely than not, we're wrong. And that's like a very realistic approach. I like the fact that I'm wrong because, again, if we're going back to the last video that I made this weekend, it's failure. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. And maybe I can learn from a price signature standpoint. And if it's not a price signature standpoint, I can maybe learn a time signature standpoint. If it's not a time signature standpoint, maybe it's a behavior that I have to fix. It could be even ideas that I'm held on to and belief systems that I associate with that don't allow me to maybe change bias, or accept certain things in the market. So as of right now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All of these lows here were not taken. So all these here are failure swings. Price and interest rates still suggest that price is bearish for me personally and what I am mentored with and by. Um, you know, this right here is the highest internal liquidity point or reference point. So if you know where the liquidity is at, you know where fair value is at. So for me, this is where fair value is currently laying at. I'm not going to try to fight it. I honestly did not understand this run here. And I think I did mention on Monday, if they wanted to be cruel, they'll take it all the way up here. If it wasn't Monday, then it was probably before Monday of last week. I know that I had mentioned in one video out of the 365 days that if NASDAQ, if they wanted to be cruel, they might take it all the way up here because this is all of these here are failure swings in premium. So that is the first thing that I want to point out to. And then we're also at that 50% of the previous range, that range that we got rid of last week, but then later in the last week, but I also had it pointed out, I think was the first week of logging in for 365 days. I had this pointed out here. And I had mentioned that this right here is the range that we were all trading in. That price right now is trading in again. So what is important here? What's important here is that, okay, these are all failure swings. There's liquidity in discount and in premium. So the best way to navigate through a place like this is to wait till one side is taken, right? And we're gonna get into some studies, and of course, I'm gonna make a video and tutorials on overnight session. But the reason why I love trading overnight sessions so much is because it gives me like a criteria on how to look at price, and not just with overnight session, but just how to look at any range in price. Right? This is a high, this is low, that's a range. That's a range. Anything in between is internal. Okay? And this right here is an internal liquidity pool, and all these also are internal liquidity pools. For me, I think that the best way to trade anything is, okay, if this is a high and a low, correct? Okay, that was weird. If this is a high and a low, I want to see a high being taken, and then if a high is taken, then we can go for the low. If the low is taken, then we can go for the high. And I'm not saying that this high should be taken here, but I treat this as a like an overnight session range as well. Like this is a high, this is the range where the liquidity exists from this high all the way out to I would say this low right here. This to me is kind of like a overnight session range. And as of right now, there is buy side left and then there's sell side left. We're obviously closer to buy side, so I'm gonna wait till the buy side gets taken, and then I'm looking for sell side. I'm looking for sell side, but I have to be patient because these extremely big, large up candles um can mean a lot of things, and I'm just not understanding. Like there's just things, and you know, like part of me says yes, just short it from here, but then another part of me says, hey, maybe you have to be a little more patient And if the opportunity does come up for you to trade, just lower your risk because there's still a possibility that you're wrong. Because I don't know that, you know, this means higher prices, or I just know where the liquidity is at, and so I'm going to transact wherever that is at. And then if I had to point out a premium array that seems important to me inside of this range, I would say it would be 50% of this candle's or mean threshold of this up candle here that started this expansion lower. That also formed at another point of internal liquidity. And then we had that. So the same idea that we had here with this internal liquidity here, up candle forms there, change in the state, retrace, death. I kind of see I want to see the same thing, right? We have internal liquidity, order block here, and then the order block that forms here, the up candle that forms here when that low is taken, retracement, and then death. Um, I'm gonna say that low hanging fruit objective for this week, it's not possible for me to wanna say, oh yeah, they're gonna come all the way down here this week. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're gonna come down all the way to this week. Um, I don't think that's possible and realistic. So I'm going to look for the closest markers of liquidity in order to navigate through this. So I want to see buy side taken first, and then I'm gonna go and say that I want to see this low here. I want to see that this low here is also taken. So these are like my two levels, and that is kind of where my mind is at. So I'm gonna kind of clear my charts a little bit and just leave the things that aren't important for me. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna keep this on just because. So yeah. Um, Now let's go down to the hourly time frame. So we're on the hourly, and this is kind of what we have. Um, this is what we have. Let me take out overnight session off. Yeah. So this is what we have. Um, we have this low for my market maker model guys. Original consolidation at a failure swing. Hint, hint. High probability original consolidations. Hint, hint. For those who want to the information. Yeah, let me just keep it at that. And then here we also have the other low that is a failure swing on the daily time frame. It looks like a stop hunt on the 1 hour, but remember that the daily has more authority over the hourly or anything below it. So it's apparent to this time frame. So that's just how you're supposed to transact on that. I also see a possibility of price reaching and lower into here. Main thing that I'm looking at is this is a balanced price range right here. This is a balanced price range. So price doesn't really have to trade in here because all this is balanced. We had sell side and buy side here, right? So I don't think price really has to focus on getting in here. So my focus then would be, okay, if this price is balanced, then is there any liquidity above this range? And the first one that comes into mind would be maybe this one. If not that one, it'd be this one. If not this one, it'd be this one. Because all these have liquidity. They all store liquidity. If not this one or this one or this one, it's this one, you know? So um I'm not opposed to seeing them go lower into this. And I think that this right here is also a perfect opportunity to maybe use 50% of this range and anything below it or any PD array below it. So this could also be a type of price action where they trap orders in premium of the range. So they'll use the internal liquidity points here, like this one on the daily or this one here, and kind of just trap orders in premium and just play this premium range. or they can come down in here and do all that. But that's not for me to figure out. I just know that it's possible. So those are some of the signatures that I'm looking at, and that is that. So for the hourly, I'm not going to really say too much. All I know is that there is a plethora of opportunities in a range like this. So I think that it's important for me to leave this on here, 50%. And then, of course, we'll look at these as prices trading near them. I'm not going to draw them all out as that will distract me from my approach. And I'm going to think about this first low as being a significant low because this low is a daily failure swing. So this one has a lot more status over any of these. This is my focus here. I go to the 5 minute. We could look at the opportunity today, and then for those who are, oh yeah, original consolidation, low resistance liquidity run. Yeah, this would be a high probability one. Why? Because this is a daily failure swing. Original consolidation, yeah, all that good stuff. So we can move away from that conversation now. And then we have, of course, overnight session. Um, Again, buy side taken, then sell side here. That completes the delivery pretty much. And then you can play internal failure swings after both sides of overnight session have been taken, or after this high here gets taken, but obviously it doesn't do that. So there's a couple of things that you can do. Also, if you had uh, an acclamation to see price go lower, then you also could have played buy side it was taken first and sell side. This is just a retracement, and then sell it here some way, some shape or form. So those are the possibilities today. I'm not really going to talk too much about this price action. Not today. Reason being is because there's nothing going on. Me trying to point out reasons as to why you could have bought this is kind of like it's counterproductive. Reason being is because these are not high probability high probability opportunities. So I would avoid to try to uh you know try to make something out of this here. I think that the only point in time that I could have really maybe analyzed something would have been, let me see real quick, would have been here at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, there are some opportunities. And the first one being is this one. So if we're going to start at 11 o'clock, I would say here, right here. This is your order block that forms at the liquidity level. These are fairly equal highs here, so we could use this high here. It's also very fairly relatively close to the internal failure swing. It takes it out here, but still very, very equal highs there. So we're going to use that. This is your up candle that forms in the point of liquidity, right? So the whole idea is once this candle's low is taken, it doesn't have to be with a close, but it just has to be that the candle is taken. This right here is our change in the state of delivery. When price takes out a candle's low or a candle's high as far as order block, then we expect a retracement. There goes your retracement. Then you can start playing around with 50% of this candle here using the bodies. Here, you're looking to sell. It is that simple. So then you sell it there. If you're not comfortable selling here, see there's another up close candle that forms here, changing the state. Then we have this here where we have a retracement into this up candle here, and price goes lower. And then you could just play this short here. Again, order block forms in a point of failure swing here. And then you can play this candles here, changing the state, retracement. This one, nice. And you could sell it to whatever point of reference you wanted to see price go into. I'm not going to break down where the drawn liquidity was here, but those are some of the opportunities that if I was really trying to trade today, I would have looked at specifically after 11. So let's delete this. And dum 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 dum. Okay, So Friday was a wild one, man. Like, look at Friday. So, of course, this was before the change of time. So, my chart. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. So, it is. We're not in daylight savings anymore, so we have to change our time. So I changed back to UTC -5. So we could check out Thursday's day. If I were to check out Thursday in this time here, so we have from 4. Just want to do a quick review here. Set 4 to 8. That's overnight session. You see price, it just consolidates all day. It's just moving very slow. Not really offering amazing opportunities. And then Friday, they're also the same thing. They leave behind this huge inefficiency here, and then they just continue to take price higher. It just wasn't pretty to trade during these days. They were just parabolic towards the upside, and it really made no sense to me as we were going higher. So, see how I kept that very short? I don't want to focus too much on those days because, like I said, I didn't understand. Like the only thing I could really say is, hey, there's a failure swing up here, but um, you know, I would assume that maybe they wanted to take it here and then crash lower and then take out this low, then maybe have this run later. But it was very confusing for me to try to navigate through all of these up candles, up candles, up candles, up candles, one after another. Like I couldn't, I didn't foresee this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did mention that there was a possibility of them taking all the way up back above here, but not in this fashion. I didn't know it was gonna be quick, parabolic, one-sided, and that's exactly what happened. So, like I said, this week what we're gonna look at is making sure that we're using this high right here as our point of stocking opportunity. Then when we get the reaction that we want, like the change in the state of delivery, then we get our entry with a retracement. Yeah, we get all that good stuff there. So then that's what I'm expecting. So nothing crazy. Um, but besides that, guys, I think that that is enough. Um, like I said, let's first see what happens up here, and then we can try to make up reasons as to why we want to see price go lower. Um, but as of right now, I'm gonna sit on my hands, and that will be all for today's logging in 365 days. Um, yeah, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And also, I'm gonna finish this video with saying that this week is gonna be a little hectic, and maybe next week, maybe I'm not sure about next week, but I know for a fact that this week is gonna be hectic because this week I move out. So, for me, there's just a lot of things going on that like I said, in my channel, adult responsibilities. I have to, you know, take care of certain things. So, can I promise you guys that I'll be uploading every single day this week as well? I don't know. I really don't know because I'm going to be moving my computer station over there, but I'm going to try to make it happen because we got a laptop. So, I'm going to try to make it happen some way or another. I'm going to try to make it happen, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens and what goes on. But as I said, just be very mindful and very understanding that I am moving out this week, and there are certain things in my life that I got to take care of. Before the charts, there is life, and life is definitely more important than these candles. So just remember, guys, that God is good all the time, and good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better, and your better is best. I love you guys. Let's keep this up. Let's keep grinding. Let's finish the year strong. It is almost December, almost the new year, and we are definitely going to continue to grow and continue to do the things that we are supposed to do. I also want to keep you guys in mind that rumor is going around that the T+2 tier, whatever it was, algorithm has been installed into the market. So we also are going to be spotting um, any changes. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Um, See you guys. Peace.